Okay, it's been a little while since I've done a video. So today we're going to do makeshift maple tree tapping for the syrup inside. So these two silver maples are the last two trees that are on our property. We've had most of the trees taken out. I certainly would never tap a walnut tree. So here I come. I've got straws, I've got jars, and I've got twine and some scissors. There's Daddy all ready to do the tapping.
I was thinking what we could do is give me one of these.
Okay.
I was thinking we could put it in a crook here. That. Drill up there and then have a straw.
I wonder if we can actually tap both sides because there's two.
Might be able to.
Then use the bigger jar because you'll get twice as much.
Saying. Like we could put the bigger jar there and tap both sides of the tree.
Colleen's going to stuff a little bit, but not too much in the water because if she gets water.
Did you bring scissors? Okay.
I have scissors, I have twine, I have 2 extra straws. So
I got one in my pocket too.
cool. So it's looking nice out here. Today's the 7th of March, 2021. Just in case I didn't say it up on top of the hill. I can't remember if I did or not, but so I think we're actually halfway through the season because if to watch, I think the nighttime has to be below freezing and then the daytime has to be above freezing. So I might actually be starting this process a little late. So I'm going to jar that's an egg pickling jar, that. So probably should cut all this stuff out. It's my beautiful raspberry bushes. Yeah, so that's going to be...
I'm going to need you to actually hold this.
Hold what, the jar?
Hold the jar, yeah.
Okay, well, I need to put down oh! All right. I'll put the straws here, I guess. And I'm going to hold a jar. It's a big... Oh, I really don't feel like getting stabbed by a million. Okay, there we go. Of course I am. Of course I am. Camera? Hello, you. So yeah, this indeed is the...
Hold that.
Okay. Yeah, you get to walk through the bramble. So I'm going to actually pause this until we actually get this into place. All right, where am I? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so tipping slightly upwards on an angle.
I might even have it backwards.
There's no sap running.
Well, I'm trying to see how deep it is. Yeah, it's not deep enough yet.
Oh, it created some ash. That's lovely.
Oh, does the sap start flowing right away?
It should.
Let's
It should.
see that. We'll see. Let that go and we'll see what happens. because that's up to the end of what you told me, up to the end of the bit. So.
Hello. Okay. We are on the 8th of March today. Happy Women's Day. And we're going to go down and see if these jars actually collected any maple sap. It was a bit of a rough setup, so I'm not sure if it really actually worked. I'm going to be so disappointed if it didn't work. Let's see what we got here. Or don't got. Okay, ow. And that's what I didn't want, was brambles stuck in my leg, and we got absolutely nothing in there. Well, that's not good. All right, well, let's, oh, ow. These really, really, really hurt. And they, wow, they're really sticky. Look at this. And I, okay. Y'all don't see, look at this, so it works. Wow, and it's really dripping nicely. Look at how clear and beautiful that is. Somewhere went my lid. Oh, golly. Help me look for a lid here, people. I can't see my glass lid. I did put a glass lid on top. I wonder if Daddy person brought it inside, but that is amazing. Wowee. So that's from last night. So I don't know if there's a little bug sitting on that straw too. It's gonna be slow dripping because actually I didn't think of this when I was buying the straws, that they're smaller than the average straws, so it won't collect as much as it could. So this is really, really cool. So I'm not sure if we should just try and re-tap this other tree here, but this is really encouraging. I'm going to need a lot more than this in order to be able to, I mean, this is not going to be worth boiling, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let me see if I can not get myself caught in these charming, like some of these, look at that. No wonder ow! This is painful. Okay, so I just really don't know what went wrong here, but yeah, we're gonna have to try a different way with this one here. We thought we had, because it's a two-tiered tree, maybe we need to just go after the center of it. And of course, each time that we pull out and drill again, we have to put a little bit of wood. All right, stepping on stuff so I don't get stabbed here. So yeah, these holes will need to be re-drilled, and I'm gonna have to get some little bits of wood to stick in there so that the tree doesn't get sick. So it does feel like it's wet. The tree is very wet, but it is not coming through the straw. So we're gonna need to completely redo this situation. Maybe go around to the other side of the tree and tap it from the other side. But that's awesome to see that it worked. Just look at that, beautiful. That's awesome. So it works. So I need a bigger volume. Today, it needs to be really as cold as it can be at night, and then up into the positives during the daytime. So we'll need to redo this tree. That's really encouraging though, to see that this can actually work. So very, very nice. Okay, so I'm going to end that here, and I'm going to update again once we get this situation's going to be, I think, redone on the other side of the tree, and then lower, maybe lower down on the tree, just into the single part of it. Hopefully that'll organize something. Alrighty, well, that is it for now. Talk to you soon. So here we are late in the afternoon. on the 8th of March, and as you can see, everything is defrosting. Beautiful daughter who's been running through the puddles, needs a change of pants every day. Good thing we have those. This here is country girl jumping puddles. City kids don't get to jump in that. Very cool. That's fun too. It's very mucky, and so yeah, I just wanted to turn around here and focus on our beautiful tapping of the maple sap. This tree, this one that I showed this morning, I've already had to change out the container, and we are already filled at the bottom again. So that's happening. And then over here we have a second one. I realized that we cut down the main part of the maple, but nature is very powerful. So basically an offshoot grew there, and I noticed that the tops of the trees were running sap right down the backs of the trees. I'm going to go around real quick here while I'm trying to not get myself caught in these thorns that are all going to get taken out pretty soon. Okay, so we see the lines pouring, like, okay, there's something coming out of this one. This is very much alive. So we tapped it here, and I think it's going to work. That there is sap coming out of where we put the hole. So hopefully that's going to work. And then over here, we re-tapped this tree. And if it doesn't work from here, then we're not going to tap it a third time, because we do have to be careful, respectful of the tree. And, you know, we kind of have to put a bit of a plug in again so that the tree doesn't get sick. So I doubled the straws in here to see if we could get anything out of it, but it definitely works, even though this is next year we're going to get the proper maple taps, but this year just as an experiment. And we have some, oh, look at that. In the distance we have some beautiful, where are they? There they are. Canada geese are coming back. But yeah, this definitely, you know, this is just pennies to get this. So I just about have, I do have enough to boil for 5 minutes from the other jar that I got to make a little drink, refreshing drink. So yeah, very exciting. So moving on, and so this is the dull look of spring when everything's muddy, and this stuff has been such a bane in this process because we get our pants caught in it. It's very painful. Poor daddy, he got himself a nice literal cut from one of them. Some of these longer things here, they're an offshoot, plus they have thorns. It's a thorn that has thorns, so it's painful. So moving on, and we'll, you know, probably have another week maybe. As soon as we see, looking way up, that the little leaves are starting to come out, that's when we need to stop the process of tapping the tree. So that's it for now, and we'll see you soon. Okay, so I'm going to, this is my first draw on my maple sap. So I'm going to pour this into a flat pan so you can sort of see this. And actually, oh, man, that smells good. And to be clear, the only reason that I am boiling this at all for 5 minutes is because a lot of people have put enough paranoia in me to say, oh, you have to boil it or you could get all kinds of pathogens or microbes, or I don't know what the heck they think. But anyway, let's see. This is my quick boil, so I'm going to bring that up to a nice boil. And then I'll boil it for exactly 5 minutes. And then I'm going to use my little cone filter, and I'm just going to put it into one of my beautiful big cups that my beautiful daughter bought me for my birthday. Then I'll see who else wants to join. I'm fine with drinking this all by myself. I really am. But I'm going to see if anybody else in my family would like to share some of this with me. So I'm going to pause for a moment while I wait for this to come to a boil. So yeah, the only, as I was saying, the only reason that I'm actually boiling this at all is because too many people have put paranoia in my mind that I'm going to get desperately ill if I boil this, if I just drink it straight. Whereas the person that I watch on YouTube who lives in Sweden, beautiful woman, she taps birch trees. And she every year has been doing this for years. She drinks it directly out of the containers that she attaches to the trees. And, she gets the prebiotics, the probiotics, the phytonutrients, which are probably all most of it's going to get killed by doing this boiling process. So, yeah. So we'll see how this does after 5 minutes worth of time. And see how it tastes. It smells absolutely, I got to do that again because it's just really, the smell is absolutely lovely. Oh yeah. I've already got plans for next year that I want to go across our creek, and it's still our property across the creek. I think I have about 3 more trees that I'd like to tap, but everything has to start with a beginning. So this is it, where I'm already getting some small bubbles. So let's see how this does in a few minutes. Just 5 minutes. Okay, so I've done my due diligence of the 5-minute boil. It's a lovely rolling boil. So I'm going to now turn this off. Got my cuppy cup here, and here's to hoping that I don't wind up burning myself with this. So there it is there, 5-minute boil. See if this goes in nicely. Look at that. Oh! Okay. That did not sit nicely in the thing. Do I need to maybe go more slowly with this? First time means that I'm going to mess up and look a little ridiculous here, but I'm going to get this done. Preferably without pouring half of it onto the top of the stove. It would be dreadful. Okay. So really the only thing that this is catching is the bits of bark when the hold on here. There we go. Go nice and slow. There we go. I got a flow going, sort of. I'm getting there. I did pour some on the stovetop. That is tragic. So not cool. Okay. You know what? Maybe I can actually literally now wrap this around the haha, look at that. This will go better the second time for sure. Look at that. So this is a cone coffee filter. So the only thing that you can see, don't waste a drop, that you can see at the bottom here is just a little bit of sawdust from when we were drilling the holes. Just got into the jug a little bit, so or the jar, and so there we have it. Looks delish. Look at that. Okay. So now, I'm going to put this into the sink. I'm going to let that cool off just a little bit before I pour it into some individual glasses. And then we'll see how it tastes. And here we are. I've got 3 individual glasses. So this is what it looks like. It's not extremely clear, but this is a lovely, delicious glass. Maple water, yum. I taste maple. I taste as if I was standing in the middle of a field, and I could just, cause I can smell trees. If I close my eyes, I drink some of this. I'm in the middle of a forest. I can smell it. So it just has it's a drink for the senses. So I got this little cup here for our little cutie Colleen, just in case she decides she's going to give it a go. And I'm going to hand this lovely cup over to my wonderful husband and videographer and see how he likes it. What do you think? Does it give you the sense that you're standing in the middle of a forest? And you can smell the trees, it's like, I'm in a forest.
Tastes like sugar water.
I just licked a tree kind of thing. I'm a tree hugger. I've just hugged the tree. I've licked the tree. I'm running through the forest now. It's just like a multi-sense. It's just great for the senses. You can imagine what this would have tasted like if I didn't have to boil it for 5 minutes, but I probably would be... You like? I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to link the Yona's video from doing the birch tree below so that others can see how, and I'm not actually looking at the camera, I'm looking at my wonderful husband standing behind the camera. I think I'd like to link her video on how she does her birch tree sap in the springtime for her, which is towards the end of May, because they live in the north of Sweden. So presumably up there they say, hey, it's more sterile than here, so boiled and delish. And santé tout le monde.